One, two. Drumheads, welcome to the show. We are officially launching up into what are we calling this? Season 4?
Season 4. Season 4 are talking rubbish. Absolute nonsense and absolute fairy tale folklore about pipe band drumming.
This is this is your pirate pipe band radio place to come and get your pipe band nonsense.
I wouldn't say nonsense. That's bigging it up a wee bit.
That's true, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a bit like that dull men's thing that you get, the dull men's corner. You know, I'm a big fan of that.
I love the boring men's club or whatever it is.
However, you don't even need to be interested in pipe banding or drumming. Just to listen to us talk rubbish about cues, eating out, having to do things that your woman wants you to do that you don't really want to do, all that kind of stuff.
These
all transpires.
And we meet up, you know, once every 2 weeks. We release a show. It's a bloke from Scotland, a dude from Australia, and we just smash it out.
I was going to say, make it up.
Yeah.
It's not even scripted.
It's not scripted. It's your favorite unscripted. It's like a reality TV show, effects.
No. Right, look, good evening, all, because it's nighttime here, obviously.
Yeah. Morning here in Oz.
Post.
What is this? Pair of Switzerland's finest.
Yeah.
Agnes. So you got yourself some thick sticks.
They're good, man. They're good. I think they're about 83 grams.
Yeah.
Right. So I got them in the post. Thanks very much to the people at, is it Thompson? Is it Thompson?
They are huge. They're good.
By the way, the last show we were talking about this.
Yeah.
That's what got me to get them. Yep. People saying warm up sticks, Wally Laird's like that. Can't you believe you've not got a pair?
Yeah.
And I'm like, got them. By the way, everything they said is so true.
Really?
So after playing this, right, I would say I was playing them for about, I don't know, 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then I went, switched fire onto my other sticks, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel as if I could fly with my sticks.
Yeah.
I feel as if I was like, gone. So
free at last.
I don't know if anybody can be bothered investing in a pair, but I did. I can't remember, they were what, 20 odd quid, 30 quid or something.
Yeah.
Plus, plus backing.
Can you tell me, are those Agnes, are they heavy all the way through, or are they like heavy at the top, light at the bottom? What's the story?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't really give you a precise answer on that because I've not properly weighed them, but I think they feel balanced. They're mega balanced.
Yeah.
I just love the feel of them and the length of them. I would never consider playing them like properly
live,
but I tell you what, it's a warm up, man.
Yeah,
they're new part of my thing. Or either that I know that my wife's watching this and she'll be like, "You spent that money on these sticks." I'm like, "Either great. I'm going to use them all the time. Obviously, it's part of my repertoire." But I like them.
Yeah, so, I got these. I got the Ralph Hardemans. I think that's what they're called. They're the American style. I haven't pulled them out in years, but you know, you've inspired me now. So they're all the way through. Look at them. Like
do you know what I would suggest is she references stuff that we're doing. So you've got the MSR. I would suggest you play the march, right? Once through with the badgers, then switch fire.
Change the tires.
Easy. This is easy street.
I'm excited now. I want to
honestly.
Get me over it.
Tell me. Right, so cracking off the show, a couple of shout-outs out. I've already mentioned them, but I'm going to mention them again. Wally Laird.
He gets mentioned every show.
I know. We should actually just have a wee picture of him up there.
He's just that much of a legend, eh?
Big guy, Wally Laird. Anyway, but he is a legend because he got third place at his hornpipe and jig. He was beat for third place hornpipe and jig off Cheeseburger, otherwise known as Alex Folds.
Yep.
And this was at the Instruer Beating, which I couldn't make because I wasn't here at the time. But everybody's telling me it was a great performance. And a big shout out to Rab McCutcheon, who is the guy that organised that.
Yeah, heard he put on a good one.
But basically, everybody's been telling me, says, "Oh, it was really good." Your man Wally Laird's like that. He goes, "It's going to be, surely this has got to be a thing where it's going to get traction. It's going to be bigger. People, you know, there's going to be more people interested in it. The prize money's really decent as well.
Yeah, right.
So it's a good place to play. I mean,
prize money.
Like, I was going to say, right, so here's the thing, right? You play at some places, the solos, and they do them in schools and all that. And see, to be quite frank, some of the kind of the aesthetics aren't that nice.
Puts you off.
But that's fine, you know what I mean? You've just got to kind of play where it's feasible. We will get that.
Yeah.
But actually, in Stuart House at the School of Piping, it is functioning for a pipe band environment. And there's where you play in the oak room and all, it's quite nice. It's quite, for a drummer, this is the other thing, right? So solo pipers get that kind of thing all the time, at Blair Athol Castle, or, the furniture, the knives in the wall and all that kind of stuff. Drummers are lucky if they get a classroom or a stock room or something like that. Right, you're in there. What's that for? The world solos. In you go. You know what I mean?
A cage.
Fancy about it. Quite Spartan.
Yeah.
The world solos at Cali Uni in it, it's like that. It's like kind of auditorium-y bit, right? But it's for want of better words, it's just a wee lecture hall, right? But you've got the pipers that got all these kind of places, with big firesides and big picks in the wall and all that kind of thing. It's haunted and all that.
Yeah.
Right? No, Diabito. No for drummers. Right? So, in Stuart Beaton, a cracking place to do it. It was, according to Willie, he said he had a fantastic day. Obviously, because he picked up silver, it made it better. But that was good.
And he came out of like...
Willie
came out of like 20 years he didn't compete or something.
Aye.
So...
He's original comeback kid. And I was on the phone to him not long ago, and he says, I'm thinking actually maybe pursuing this. So, Willie, make sure you do pursue it, because you only live once. Yeah. Whilst we're talking silverware, wee Matthew, right?
Brownlee.
Matthew Brown. Aye, Matthew Brownlee, right?
Yeah. Regular feature on the show yet again.
He sticks. So, before I flew, I managed to send him off the T-shirt. He sent up on the socials with the T-shirt on. I was like, nice one.
He was looking good.
However, double nice one. Also texted tonight. The power of the T. The wee man get a second place at the Ulster Solos. Hi.
The drum score.
I was like,
with Matthew Rowley.
so I'm trying to actually go, that was your no, it wasn't actually. I watched his performance. It was very, very, very good. Right, so it's nothing to do with the T-shirt.
But we do sort of like give them a bit of voodoo, like juju.
But we do have a good voodoo reading, didn't we? The bands that we kind of shout and the people we kind of shout normally do no bad. So we don't. Either we're good at guessing, right? Or we've got some sort of strange influence in people. Right.
I think what it is the quality drummers are attracted to the drum score. That's it.
Another quality drummer, and I'd actually call him a drumming monster, right? A drumming gorilla, a drumming beast, right?
Yeah.
Who done exceedingly well. Again, Stevie Crichton. And I actually texted because he wanted Ulster Solos, and I'm like, right, we actually need to get him back on the show. The reason for it, I would say, is I'm like that. I wonder if there's a dynamic change, right? So obviously, as he's getting older, right, and I know as I'm getting older, I've got less kind of burdens with children and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Can you run me here? Can you run me? I still run them places, right? Obviously, but it's less encroaching on my personal sphere. So I'm wondering, I'd like to have him on the show and just talk about has there been a shift that's liberated him a wee bit for that kind of thing? I don't know. But Stevie, you've got a number. So if you feel like you want to come on, you can talk us off through your Ulster winning, right?
Yes.
Give the next guy a shout out because it's directly I feel.
Oh, mate, this guy, Willie Crawford.
Yeah.
He's pulled out all stops for me, right? I asked him for a drum salute, and he's the guy to do drum salutes, apparently. Yeah. So I found out through the grapevine, and yeah, mate, he gave me something that was simple enough, and it was challenging enough for my band.
It was good. It was exactly what he's needed, mate.
It was exactly what the doctor ordered. In fact, by Manly standards, I think the band was a little bit shocked that we kind of got this drum salute together, and they were a bit like, whoa, what's going on with the drummers over here? They're like, got a bit of special juice going through them.
I'll tell you what, by the way, good bloke. I failed to get him his cigars for my trip, by the way, but that wasn't through not wanting to get him them. No, he wanted a specific type. I couldn't see them for love of the money, and I'll talk about that later on in the show, but it doesn't matter. So, Wally, I'm sorry, but there you go. Another shout out. They're coming thick and fast tonight. Ash and James for the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo that was playing me. my African chunnas. A big shout out to you two guys, especially Ashley. Your partner is dynamite, my friend. He has got the greatest partner.
That's
Not for on this channel, but it's very funny.
That is the highest honor you could get. Recognition.
And then lastly, one of our own pipers in the Drumscore Veteran Pipe Band, drums and pipes, Finn McCauley, right, is out there in Germany, smashing it at this thing called, what's it called? This laugh. Keep this, it's like a multi-fitness challenge.
Yeah, right.
I read it before I came on. It's like Havel or something like Hevel. He'll be able to tell us. He's doing like heaves. He's doing like kind of power bag squats. He's doing it, smashing it. Tap to the leaderboard.
Really?
I was like that. So don't mess with your pipe band. And if you think we're rubbish, keep it to yourself, right? Don't bother saying it to your face, because we might get angry about that and we'll say it Finlay on you. The reps.
We got a big tough guy now, so don't mess around.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's dynamite, man. That's like an Iron Man on steroids. Right, so well done, Finn. Right, moving swiftly on to the show. You mentioned Bundoon.
Bundoon.
Talk about Bundoon.
So Bundoon. Bundoon is Brigadoon, right? So that is the event, right? And this comes around once a year, where this wee town down in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales opens up, and all the kilted folk from around the state, they come in, and we just have a big old festival, right? And it was a cracking day, but let me tell you what, it started off real shaky, mate. We were mainly wearing a pipe band, we're band of the day, yeah. So we were kind of the centerpiece. We were the middle rank. We were, star of the show, right? We took off first from the formation and we started marching down the street parade.
Yeah.
About 100 meters down, me, drum lead tip of the band.
Yeah.
I dropped my stick.
Yes. But wait a minute. If you dropped it right, you should have been like that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Thing is, dropping your stick isn't a big deal. Is it really? It happens.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did you make a song and dance for picking it up, or did you just do it casual like?
See, I've never done this before, and I didn't know. Are you supposed to pick it up, or are you? I didn't have another one in my sock. Amateur move, right? But I just in a flash of light, I just went back, picked it up, straight back in the march. Picked up where we left off. In fact, the time was perfect because we're actually at a rest. There was like a 2-bar rest in the tune.
Nobody would have noticed,
mate.
I'm a big fan of that. Be bold.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, if you're going to do something, just do it, and then that way it's done and dusted, and folk go, "Oh, did you make that? It's done it."
Mate, you make me feel better about it. But you know what really made me feel better about it on the day? We did this like 5K march or whatever it was. We get to the field, the oval. And all the crowds there, they're all ready with the picnic blankets. They're like, bring it on. Manly, band of the day, we're coming through the gate, right? As we get to the as we get to the gate, there's a cattle grid. Do you know what a cattle grid is?
Oh, yeah.
My drum major, boom, straight through it. Just.
What do you mean? He went. How can you go through a cattle grid? I mean, surely the guy's bigger than a sheep's leg or something. I mean, how does that?
It was covered with grass. So the event managers or whatever, they're on the side, failed to say it as we were coming through. And it wasn't until she went down and we were all like, no, absolute disaster. I'm at the back like, hey, that makes the dropping the stick look like nothing.
You're like that. Everybody's forgot about that. That's yesterday's news.
That's sweet. Mate, but it started off real shaky, and the rest of the day was sweet. My drum salute, I was bricking it the whole day about it. I was like, come on, focus, let's get this good. Did it, that was fine. And then the mass bands, bit of a shambles. Some of the pipers on this side playing one thing.
These things always are, man. I mean, the thing is a good day enjoyed by all.
Exactly.
Nothing was broken. Nothing was stolen.
Well, almost.
Who really cares? You know what I mean? Apart from the person that fell to the cattle grid. Apart from that, it's not
exactly. A few beers were had, mate. It was good crack all over. And yeah, and this gig has been cancelled almost every year because of, COVID, torrential rain.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it finally happened. Manly band date. It
Well,
was sweet.
so how long does it last? Just one day?
Just one day.
Because I know
Yep.
there's people. I know there's people that's watched this show
Yeah.
that have been down
Yeah.
or went to go down. So it's something. I know it's something that's probably on people's calendar.
Yeah.
Like if there's a few places that I'd like to go that's on my calendar that I'd
Yeah.
say I wouldn't mind going to that. The one
Yeah.
that Winter Storm. We keep going on about that. We will eventually tip up there. I know that that's going to happen, but don't hold us to it, right?
Nothing's penciled in yet, but
it's one of these. It's an alleged thing that we want to go. So don't.
It's a weekend in April down Southern Highlands, New South Wales. You gotta check it out.
If I get a chance, I'll go.
Oh yeah.
So overall, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Call it a 10 out of 10, mate. I was
just smoking hot, man, smoking hot.
But we've got Anzac Days coming up. Like, so my schedule with the band's getting busy every weekend. Anzac Day's on 25th of April, obviously, but every weekend we're doing something in the lead up to it.
As you know, I'm wearing this kind of Benny t-shirt. It's not a Benny t-shirt, it's a Benny sweater.
Well earned, mate.
Well earned.
It could be just like any kind of shirt, like from a Chinese market, just down
it's
Glasgow.
It's probably been made in a Chinese market, I would imagine. I don't know. You know what I mean?
But is this the real deal? Is this the real NYPD?
No, I never got half a Polis or anything like that. I just actually had to run into a shop and buy it because it was freezing cold.
Oh, so sweet.
I went out to America to play with the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo Pipe Band, as you might know or not know.
Yep.
So we started off in DC, Washington, DC, the capital. And as a city, I don't think I'll be back.
I don't get that impression.
It's
like that with capital city, isn't it?
It's just like busy during the day, come night time, everybody goes away home. That's it.
Yeah.
It's shut. Even McDonald's was shut at 8 o'clock at night, round the corner for the White House. So obviously the big man doesn't go for a Big Mac because it's shut. So by and large, it's nice, actually to be kind of famous places.
Yeah.
It's a kind of soulless kind of vibe about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
The actual city itself, it's just kind of, it's not got that kind of, I don't know, that essence.
That's the
as
politics.
Opposed to New York, which is a completely different kettle of fish. That was all right. So the job we done in Washington was we done the embassy job and we done the Washington tattoo, right? So Washington tattoo, up you go, diddly day, do the thing. Then we done the British Embassy, job done, on you go, off you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then moved from there through to do the Tartan Week in New York, which was a good gig.
It seemed big. People from all around were going there, eh?
It's one of these things, I think it's 20-year-old or 20-odd-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's not like a mega old thing, but it's not a mega yesterday thing.
Yeah.
And that was quite good. And there was like all different people going. But the weather had kind of changed from the weather we had in Washington. So I'd packed autumnal kit because I thought, right, well, it's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But when I got to Washington, it was all quite warm and quite sunny and quite hot, maybe in the 20s. And then when we get to New York, it was like Scotland in October.
Oh.
So I kind of get caught short. I was going down to do a sound check at the Carnegie Hall. And
Carnegie.
there. Yeah, whatever they want to call it, right? I knew a guy once, and he never called himself that, right? And he spelled it the same way. So I'm going with the way he said it, right? Anyway, so went down there, done a sound check, and I only went down with a pair of flip-flops.
That was brilliant.
T-shirt and shorts, right?
Mate, it's iconic at this point.
Yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't my iconic flip-flops.
It wasn't the sliders. It wasn't the
little sliders. And I was raging. It wasn't the Lidl sliders, right? Because the Lidl sliders are absolutely banging. I think these are expensive. They were the expensive ones I wear, and they're rotten compared to the Lidl sliders, right? So, long story cut short, I had a bit of a break, went outside, and it was honestly like Scotland in October. It was like kind of raining, cold. I was like, I'm not going to survive that. So I had to go around and buy the obligatory souvenir T-shirt, sweatshirt thing. And I thought,
Nice.
I'll go with this. And that was it. That was the story, everybody.
Brilliant, Benny,
That's
mate.
the reason. That is the reason for the Benny.
Good.
It wasn't because I wanted to be a Benny. I was just like, right, I need to buy that to keep warm, and it kept me warm. The
Yeah.
end. But overall, I'd like to thank all the guys in the band that was there with, because I mean, I can't extenuate this enough, right? That is all good players. That is not a band of people that are
Right.
just playing Scots Way, right? That is a very, very, very good band.
Yeah.
And even more so, their pipe major, Lindsay, who is I've said that before on the show, she's a fantastic piper and a really good pipe major, gets a good sound. And I mean, she's ex-field marshal, so I mean, do you know what I mean? You can't, and the pipers in the band have all played with like big bands. They're not just like kind of people that have just tripped into this because it's a gig that they can do. It's like one of the things that these are all really recognisable drummers and pipers, except for me, obviously. But I mean, there's Happy Meal, lead drummer.
Yeah,
he's obviously Fife Polis, grade 1, and the guy beside me was a guy called Ash, who is actually teaching at Gordon's School down in England, but he's an ex-grade 1 drummer. And then the young lad beside me, we called him Kickin, but his name's Matthew Crichton. He is actually a grade 2 drummer, and he's absolutely smoking hot. And I think it won't be long until he's in grade 1. So we're talking like good people, good performers, you know what I mean? So that was overall, I would say, a good trip.
I could see, obviously, like, from all the social media and stuff, I was always like zooming in. I'm trying to find like the back rank of drummers. I'm like,
did you actually see any photos of me? Because they were done a big massive photo at Capitol Hill, right?
Yeah.
And which took forever. You know, it's one of the ones like the battalion photo. Everybody's like standing about for ages waiting to get this photograph taken. Some big wig, you know, guy for the Scottish office. Anyway, long story get short, for a long time that I was standing there and I thought, right, I'm definitely in this picture. I am minuscule. Even I found me hard to find. I'm like, where am I exactly?
Yeah.
You know, even I was like, I couldn't find it. So overall, if I had to get marks out of 10, I would get a shaky 7.
Oh,
shaky 7. Aye. Certain wee things that didn't go quite the way I would have hoped that I went. One of them being, I'll give you an example, right? You're like that to yourself. I want to get my slabs put in my back garden, right? So you're down the pub and you meet a guy called Tam, and you're like to Tam, is there any chance you could do me a favour and put some slabs in my back garden, right? Tam's like that. Right, I'm not busy Sunday. I'll come round and I'll fire. It's not a hard job for me. I'll go round and I'll fire in these slabs, right? So Tam turns up on Sunday morning with all his tools, slabs, all ready to go. And you come out the back door, right? Tam lays a slab and you're like, go you, Tam! Well done! I think Tam would probably take the mallet that he uses and stove it off your head, right? So the whole point is when you're doing that kind of gig, just let the guys do the gig. Don't get too positive with them. You don't need it. They're good at this kind of thing.
It's a Scottish thing after all, you know what I mean?
It's maybe a Scottish thing, I don't like that kind of, let's get more positivity, guys.
Yeah.
Go you! No. Let's go.
We can do it. We can do it and have the crack.
Well, let's get the job done.
Yeah. All right.
And that was it. That was it. But so I about a shaky 7. But plus, it's murder with a diabetes man in America trying to make sure you get eating right. So that's a hard task for me.
Ooh, diabetes originated from America, didn't it?
So they say. I don't know, by the way, because this is a weird thing about the diabetes, right? So it's only recently I've realised I've got diabetes.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it'd be as much of a drama as what it is. And I've been on mad kind of diets and mad things to try and stop it. But trying to be away from like where you live, from your home kind of thing, and you're doing gigs and you're doing things, it's quite difficult to try and, because I'm going to be quite metronomic with my eating. So like breakfast, lunch, dinner, can't I skip them? Can't be too, because I actually start bombing. I start getting negativity, not positivity.
That's true. That's how you keep the positivity going. You keep them fit.
And I don't want to speak to people. I'm really no chatty.
Yeah.
So I'm
that one video I did see of you, you didn't look too happy. You were kind
I probably never ate.
You probably never ate
that day. Never speak to a diabetic unless you bring them food. Eat this. And we'll
even
be
me,
friends.
even me. Don't speak to me. I'll still have my scoff.
Tell you, man, honestly, it's a curse. It's a bit of a curse.
You keep the band moving with the food, 100%.
Hey, an army matches at the stomach, man.
That's it.
Somebody said
Napoleon.
once. Right. So apart from that, anything else coming up?
Mate, hype band stuff is heating up, as you know, with the drum score veterans, pipes and drums, drums and pipes.
Correct. Correct.
We're getting closer and closer to the mark, and I'm trying to get those scores off and into my head.
Trying's not good enough, Jason. Trying's not good enough.
Difficult, mate.
Go, listen, I've got it off.
But listen, I got myself a tutor. Haven't
So
actually.
You said,
Yeah, I'm trying to get a tutor just to really speed up that process. You know
well, the
good
news is that there's going to be more music coming your way because I've actually done the March On and the Jig, I think, or something like that, and get something else done. So I'm about 3/4 through the medley.
You making that?
I was meant to do that in America, but I kind of never really had the time and the headspace to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it now. So this week, this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting doing that, and I've done a big bit of it now, and hopefully I'll get it kind of wrapped by the end of this week. Get it proof played, and then hopefully get it boosted out there. But it's on the move.
Huge.
Talking about drumming again. Are you doing a wee exam? Or are you practicing for an exam for a drumming?
That's the thing. Is the biggest challenge for me this year was going to be the drum score thing, but it's now not taking a back seat so much. I still put as much into it as I can, but I've decided in my ripe old age of 30 years old to do something that I've wanted to do I should have done many years ago, which is actually get certified as being like an actual drum kit player. So in Australia, we have the Australian, we got the Australian Musical Examinations Board, right? AMEB. And basically you just go to them, you do an exam, there's like all technical exercises, you got to learn 3 pieces. There's like one of the pieces is Anthem by Rush, Spain by Chick Corea. Like, this is not easy stuff, man.
No, it's not easy.
And
but listen, if it's worth getting, then it's not going to be easy.
Exactly.
Because if it was easy, they'd just be like, just as a 4/4 shuffle, mate. You're like, any bother. Well done, you've got the award. Hey,
that's it. And that's exactly right. And the thing is, before I joined a pipe band, my drum kit stuff sort of plateaued. I got to a level of self-teaching where you just, that's it. Like, and you're kind of just happy with it. And a few years later on down the line here, I'm looking at myself, I'm going, nah, got to up at a level. Got to keep going.
Well, I think it's relative for one of the things where people go, oh, do you play kit? Like Andy Laird, do you play kit? I play kit. Yeah. Right? And they go, do you really? And I suppose people need a measurement of your capability, don't they? Need to go, right, I'm this level. I suppose it's the same in pipe bands. Somebody goes, oh, I'm in a pipe band, they're playing a pipe band. You go, well, what pipe band are you playing? And the reason they're asking that is because they're trying to get a handle on it. What kind of grade are you? Do you know what I mean? Are you a grade 1 pipe band drummer? Or are you a grade 4 pipe band drummer? Yeah. Are you a graded pipe band drummer and you're just a guy that plays in a gala day band? And right away, that's if you've got a kind of iota of any sort of understanding of any subject, the first thing that follows that is at what grade or level. Yes. I mean, I wonder, train spotters might have something the same. I'm a train spotter. At what level of train spotter are you?
Yeah. Are you Francis Bourgeoisie?
Do you have like a flask that you stand at a kind of platform and do you put the 4 hours in, or do you just do the 1 hour or something like that?
Do you just know the Harry Potter train, or you
exactly. And then they maybe fire questions at you, we kind of subtle questions that only real train spotters would know the answer.
Yeah.
What kind of class of diesels that? And you're like, I don't know.
That's it.
Z class? Or you know.
Drummers will be like, what BPM do you play Patafalfas at?
Well, exactly.
and what's that?
I mean, by the way, there's another thing, reference to BPM thing. Simon Gavin done one at 300, right? And he said, he told me, I said, well, that's a t-shirt. And he went, I've got the t-shirt. I want the beanie hat. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to give him it, right? I've got, listen, this is for him that's watching this, right? We got all this merch. We've gave it all away. The whole point of the merch was to sell the merch to pay for your flight. Meanwhile, we're 700 quid down a hole.
I'm stranded.
Wait a minute. And so many £100 down a hole with the merch that we've all gave it. I don't worry, you can get one. I don't worry, you can get a t-shirt. I'm like that. You've given it away.
And even worse, we got plans for more coming out.
That's true. That's true. Well, let's keep that. We should have kept that wee secret there. We should have done like the Fitbit Teams Day, right? Wait till all the stock's been dished out and sold. And then we go. Now, I'm glad you get season 24's swag, because 25, there's a difference. It's got a wee blue fleck. There's a wee blue fleck up there. Some exact same thing, man. But it'll cost you a tenner more to get that one.
That's right. I mean,
something like that.
Limited run.
Living the dream. And then I suppose the next part of the podcast is future guests. Have we got anybody that we really want to bring on? I know for a fact I want to bring on Big Stevie Crichton again, just to ask him any questions. But I'm actually thinking, I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but there's a bass drummer I want to interview.
Okay.
Yep. Just to throw a cat amongst the pigeons.
Mate, we've had a piper. We've had numerous snare drums.
We had a piper. Let's not talk about that.
It was in the past. It's like a season one.
Yeah, I know. It's when we were trying to learn things and all that. We need people to fill up the show. Let's get a piper on. That was maybe the first in. Well, in fact, we've had two. Kerr McQuillan's a piper, isn't he? In fact, we've had three. Craig Laurie's a piper as well.
Jeez.
This show's getting a bit pipery, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to wash myself.
I need to watch that. They're a funny bunch, man. They're a funny bunch of people. Anyway, that's the thing. Can you actually trust the two characters knowing that they actually play for both sides? Pipers and drummers.
We'll leave that up to you, folks, to make your own decision.
You're like that, really?
Yeah.
So then, what the thing is there is, right, is when all the drummers get snide, they go away and then talk to their wee pipery pals and then go, you know what they're like, you know.
Yeah. Or they're like translating, you know what I mean? They're like, they're advocating.
Or do you think
they're
building? I mean, are they building a bridge? You're looking at a positive sense.
That's true.
Building a bridge.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like they go over and they bring the heat down. They're like, guys.
But you just not telling their language. You just don't know what it's like to be felt like to get beaten and whipped and all that. Life's been easy for you guys.
You just understand them. They're they're actually good guys.
Beneath all that pain and resentment, they're actually not bad people.
They do have feelings. No, they do.
Actually, in my mind, Kenny, what like that? I'm actually thinking the more sinister thing that they go about and go, no, what do you think of them?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
All the snare drummers sitting in the corner like, we don't need them.
Yeah, I don't need them. Don't need them. In fact, we should just have a pipe band with just us in it.
Top secret, can do it.
Everybody would love that.
That's what we're doing for the world today. We're just going out there, no pipers.
Just going out with a
massive
pipe
twist.
Drum corps. That's it. The end. People like that. What? That's all we're doing.
Yes.
We're bringing a conversation to the party. We want to know if there's got any traction in this.
Revolutionary.
There's nobody interested in that. Right. So that's what I'm thinking about future guests. To get any idea? I put a thing on social media saying we're going to cut the show our time at GMT about 2300 hours, right? To get anything for it, stick a wee message to me and I'll try and do it. And I'm like, I know there is people out there that watch this, right? But I'm trying to work out where's the connect? How do we get these people to actually get after backsides and go, I think you should maybe talk about that.
This is how you get involved, folks.
But here's the worst thing is, they probably would send us a suggestion and we'll be like, we're not doing that.
Why don't you just subscribe instead, eh?
Yeah, click subscribe. That'll get you somewhere. That's really all I've got for this show, the first of this season.
Yep. There's more to come.
It's a mega busy time, bizarrely.
Yeah. It's the prep. Season, isn't it? Everybody's knuckling down.
Whilst I get a chance, I'm doing a kilt walk on the 26th of this month.
Yep.
So, MD that's no put £1 in, £2 in, £10 in, £2,000 in to Who Dares Cares charity. It's a like a veterans charity. for people that are kind of obviously struggling with different things. And I'm doing a wee kilt walk for the guys. So please put in as little or as much as you can. It's Andrew Laird Kilt Walk. I don't know how to do it. It's a Just Giving page. That's how probably nobody's putting money in. Or it's just because they don't like me. Or it's just because they can't be bothered. But bottom line is Just Giving. Put some money in the box and hopefully that'll go towards a good cause. That's really it.
Yep. One of those people's me, mate. So make sure you help me a little bit more there. We'll get the link up on there on our
charity.
Socials.
Chattery. Chattery. Don't pronounce it. Charity. Saying a transatlantic accent sounds that much nicer. Right. That's all I've got for you tonight.
Let's get out of here, pal.
Okay, right. Goodbye.
Cheers, John, mate.
Take care.